When I was a little kid, I learned about something called the universe, which is kind of like a giant room for holding stars and planets and things, only with no walls or ceiling or floor, so it just goes on and on forever in all directions. I thought of it as an unlimited space filled with an unlimited amount of stuff and an unlimited amount of nothingness in between the stuff. I had also just learned what infinity was, and I figured that infinite space meant infinite opportunities for things to happen. It seemed to me that even if the chances of a particular outcome were really small, like say 1 in a million billion quadrillion, given an infinite universe providing an infinite number of opportunities, it was bound to happen. In fact, it was bound to happen an infinite number of times, because infinity divided by a million billion quadrillion is infinity. I thought that this meant that every single thing that was possible not only would happen, but was already happening in an infinite number of separate instances across the universe. There were infinite planets made of every possible combination of materials, and even if most of them were barren, there was a smaller but still boundless infinity of planets out there teeming with every possible kind of organism and intelligence and even civilization. There were planets that looked exactly like ours, some of them populated by creatures that looked exactly like us, and maybe on some of them there were particular individuals who called themselves by the same name that I did, and had my same hair and same eyes. Some fraction of them, by pure coincidence, could be at any given moment performing the same action as me. Brushing their teeth with the same colored toothbrush, or practicing scales on an identical piano. And for some of them, our paths through the universe would coincide only for that moment before they walked off to some activity that I couldn't imagine. But for others, our paths would continue to coincide for minutes, hours, days, or even our entire lives. We would say the same words, wear the same clothes, walk the same speed to the same kinds of places, sleep the same number of hours, live the same number of days. Anytime I wasn't distracted by the concerns that pulled my focus away from these very important thoughts, I would think about these other me's, wishing I could meet them, or at least get a message to them, to let them know that they weren't alone, that there were more of us, and we were all walking perfect copies of each other's dog at the exact same time. But then I realized that if they really lived the same life as me, they would also think the same thoughts as me. So all I had to do was think my message, and there it would be, not only in my head, but in all of our infinite heads. And so anytime I couldn't sleep, I would reach up to open the curtains and look out the window at the night sky and think to myself, I know you're out there. And in my head, I would hear them calling to me, I know you're out there. I know you're out there. I know you're out there. I don't know if there's any truth to the way I imagined the universe as a child, but I do know that if I listen very closely to my own thoughts, underneath all the noise of day-to-day life, underneath the worries and the distractions, if I can keep it all quiet for just a few seconds, I still hear the same call. I know you're out there.